all bad, nothing bad lasts forever. And if it does, then you need to just adjust your circle of the people that you're hanging around. But yeah, man, life's been crazy for the past 2.5, going on like 2.5 years. A lot of changes. I mean, it's not all bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just life doing what it does, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, as you can see from the bottom of all the millions of things that I put down there.
Who am I? All right.
Who am I? A little bit of everything, bro. Like, we got mad time. So, for those people that don't know, I am a dad. I've got 5 of my own, and then if we include the children of the world that I interact with, you could say I got like 25 kids, maybe, or so, or maybe more.
Okay.
I'm a basketball coach, mentor, so like I'm completely surrounded by like, kids, making sure that they're good, just trying to make sure they have opportunities, things of that nature.
You can never tell me. You can never tell me. I won't rise.
But yeah, so I've got my 16-year-olds, 3 of them, and I've got my 25-year-old Fazo, who, if y'all is listening to music, go out and find Fazo on all your streaming platforms. He's got some new joints out there. He'll actually be performing at the 37th annual Boston Freedom Rally as well. So look out for that. And then I've got my 19-year-old daughter, who is a college student right now in nursing school.
Nice.
So there's a lot going on, brother. A lot going on.
That could definitely be a handful for sure. And then some.
It can. I was actually blessed to have, and I hope nobody takes offense to this, but I got kids that don't be causing problems for me like that. Like, my biggest problem is this kid. This is my biggest
Amen.
This
there you go.
This is my biggest kid. Like, right here. I'm sorry, did you mad because I didn't mention you? Yes, this is Prime. Prime is my other child. This is my 6th child now. He's new to the family. Yep. All right, sir, please sit down. He's new to the family about 3-4 weeks now. He's like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's 8 months.
Brand new.
Yeah, he's 8 months old and about 70 pounds. So it's the big baby. But yeah, man, just I'm glad I could actually get on here with you, bro. And again, like I said in that post, like I felt like this was God's timing, as they say, right? You know what I'm saying? This is that coming to Jesus moment.
Always perfect, man. It's always perfect.
Hey, everything on his timing is perfect, dog. Everything on his timing is perfect. I think that's something else that people don't understand. For those of you that don't have religion, maybe you believe in something else like bees or trees or whatever you believe in. But there's always a higher power, dog. There's always a higher power. A lot of things that come into my life, people will be like, yo, you don't have none of you left. But at the end of the day, I also feel like I'm not supposed to deny or not accept opportunities or things that are happening just because my plate's already full. Anything that is put in front of us, I feel like is God sent. And it's his way of handing us like those puzzles. You know what I'm saying? And saying, figure it out. If you can figure it out, there may be gold at the end of this rainbow. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So, and it may not be gold for you. So people are just looking for the me of things. Sometimes we're put out as vessels to do the work that he's no longer here to do. And that's why we lead the way that we lead. You know what I'm saying? That's why we go through the things that we go through. But again, like I said earlier, nothing bad lasts forever. There's an end to everything that's going on. You know what I mean?
Man, that's biblical, man. There is a season for everything. There's a time to cry. There's a time to laugh. There's a time for war. There's a time for peace. Like everything in between, man.
Absolutely.
People. Even when you come to God and you try your best to be faithful in everything that He asks of us. Like, it doesn't mean your life is perfect.
Absolutely.
It still comes with all the challenges that everybody else
Yeah, man. Like, no, there's no one person that will not go through things. But I'll say this, and people can hate me for it if they want to. He gives the toughest battles to his favorite angels, which is why some of us just get a little bit more than others. So I consider myself one of God's favorites. Because the trials and tribulations, my brother, the trials and tribulations.
Yeah, man. I mean, sometimes that stuff it can be tough for us, but that's when we just got to lean on Him. And that's kind of the intent too. Sometimes people think, oh, like he he doesn't give us more than we can handle, but sometimes he does. And the point of that is to lean on him and realize like we can't do it ourselves. Like we got to lean on him, and sometimes he'll send us people, in this life to help us, kind of manage those things. We just got to keep our eyes open and be perceptive to those things and kind of have that discernment to be like, all right, it's not that I can't do this. It's just that I may need some extra assistance. So like, what is
Whatever you
it
got.
and where is it coming
Yeah,
from?
for sure, for sure. At the same time, it's just like it's making you battle ready. I feel like a lot of
Oh,
times, right? You know what
100%.
I'm saying? It's like if you think about the toughest time that you went through and you made through it, that's what's up. So now, if that ever comes back around again, you'll be able to really compartmentalize what's going on, really get within yourself and say, all right, cool. When this happened last time, I did X, Y, Z. That same thing may not work, but I knew that I got out of it last time. So it's definitely, I can get out of it again. Like something I always tell, like a big statement of what I tell to the kids when I'm coaching or mentoring is like, can't is a word we create, right?
It is.
Can't isn't just a word that was just there. It was a word that was created. It was created by somebody who was doing something and they felt like they could not do it. They put an apostrophe and a T, and that's kind of where they stayed. I don't believe in that word. I don't believe in trying either. You know what I'm saying? People say, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. I feel like if you're putting your best foot forward in anything that you are trying to do, you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if you're putting in the steps to get the work done, then you're doing it. You're not trying. So my thing is like really just trying to change and rewire the thought process of people in regards to the negativity that they endure. Like I think I told like a couple of people, um, like close people, like mommy Zafir. Like I'm not sure if anybody knows Zafir, but Zafir is like a really
Yes,
close one with me.
sir.
So he knows like Zafir probably knows more of what's been going on in my life over the past 2 years than like most family members even, right? um,
Yeah.
but what we have come to understand is that we gotta keep pushing, we gotta keep moving. You can't stop, you can't stagnate. It's when you stop, and if you think about it, right, when bad things are happening, it's the moment that you stop, you're alone, you're in a dark place, that it gets darker and it gets
Oh, yeah.
heavier. And that's when the tears start flowing and you start having the woe is me moments and the how I'm gonna get out of this and what am I gonna do next. Like that's when all that stuff happens. What we need to start doing is for everything that's bad that's happening, think about like 4 to 5 good things in life that is happening. For me, it's always like whatever bad's happening, my kids is good. Right.
Hmm.
Whatever is bad's happening, I got a roof over my head. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There
Exactly.
are people in the world that can't think that way because they don't have those things. But even for those people, there are other things that they can look upon and say, this is not right, but that is. And and if that's not 100% right, at least I know it's not 150% bad. You know what I'm saying? It's really just
Exactly.
it's thinking, man. Like I've always tried to be an
It's
optimist.
perspective.
Yeah, it's hey, listen. But the thing about perspective is proximity changes perspective.
For sure.
You know
For
what I'm saying?
sure.
Proximity always changes
100%.
perception and what things look like. So it's like the closer you are to something, the more you see it. The further away you are from something is how people take it, right? Like for us, for instance, right? People probably
Yeah.
see us on this podcast, they see us doing shows and whatever. It's because like, they rich, they got money, they
Yeah.
lit. It's like, boy, I wish.
Yeah, right. Right. If
like,
you only knew.
it's like if you
If
know
you
the
only
doppelganger, you
knew.
know what I'm saying? If you knew the doppelganger that has the money that I'm supposed to have,
Right.
tell him to holla at me. Like I just need a
Yeah. Do you
loan.
know something I don't
You
know?
know what I'm
Do you
saying?
know something I don't
I'm
know?
just trying to get like a 40% loan of whatever this richness is that this doppelganger has. But
Right. Seriously.
people don't understand that, you know what I'm saying, outside of our God given talents that we use to try to better our lives or try to alleviate stress from financial situations in our life. Like we work day jobs. Like I work a day job,
Literally.
then I coach basketball, then I mentor kids, then I got, you know what I'm saying, my home life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
nothing is what it is. So again, proximity changes perception. For the people that are close to me, they know what's going on. The people far away, they think it's always
Yeah.
smiles and he's always bubbly, he's always happy. That's not the case. Nope. I'm a human being like everybody else.
Right.
I got times where it get dark. There are times where I cry. I got times where I go sit in that shower, let that rain hit my face, and you just
Yeah.
got to get it out. You know what I mean? But through all things, anything is possible as long as you don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop believing. Don't stop moving. Don't stop getting to whatever you get into. Like continue to push. For every problem that comes in your way, there is a solution. You gotta find it though.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
Yep.
find it. You gotta search for it. You know what I mean? Like people that go search for treasures, right? They don't just walk to X on a map and say that's where it's at. Like now they gotta go through trials and
Yeah.
tribulations to find it. And when they find it,
Oh yeah.
it may not be exactly what they were looking for, but it's the end of their quest and they feel good about it. And that's how we kind of start looking at things in life, man. Like we're in a very separatist state of living right now with the way things are going. And I don't ever get into politics, but I will say that the country is in a riot right now because people just voted for popularity, bro. Like, if popularity
Yeah.
contests are what wins the presidency, then me and Jay Faith should
Mm.
be vice president and president because some people think we cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People think we
Seriously.
cool, like, and we're not trying to do nothing bad to nobody. We're trying to make sure things is right. But since that's not the case, in the
Yeah.
meantime, in between time, we all have to remember that we control the narrative. Us as like the humans control the narrative. They ain't nothing moving if
It's
we
true.
not moving it. And I don't think that's something that like anybody really looks at. You know what I'm saying? Like they look at everything like, oh no, that's the way it's supposed to be. Like, nah, like at the end of the day, we have say. Are we using it the right way is what it comes down to. And we're really not.
Yeah.
We're really not.
That's the big difference.
Anyway,
Yeah, perspective, like when I view it from the sense of being the person that is in that situation, and we have to change our perspective. Like you were saying, it's in total agreement with what you're saying. Instead of looking at necessarily where I'm at, like look at like what you need to do to get out of there, because if you constantly focus on the state that you're in, that's all that your mindset is going to be on. But if you're like, all right, like I'm here, but like what are the steps that I need to do to keep moving, just like you were saying, to get out of here and get to a different level outside of where I'm at, because there is a solution. It's
absolutely.
just like instead of searching for the solution, people start to dwell on where they're at, and that's where the depression, the anxiety, all those things start to trickle in, because they're, like you said, they're sitting alone, they're just dwelling on like, oh man, like the bills are piling up, this, all this stuff is happening, instead of like, okay, like what are my sources of income? Are there ways that I can move some money around? Is there an opportunity that I can earn some extra cash, get some overtime, this, that, and the third, just like thinking of those other opportunities. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, I just realized that, my company started offering overtime. Let me try to grab that to get out of this hole. And then I'll peel back, to get some sanity back from working overtime a lot.
For sure. I mean, there's also the people. I believe in lean on me heavily, right? Um, I think we've lost that sense of or comfortability, should I say? And again, I can understand why we lost the comfortability, but of reaching out to people and kind of talking to
Mm-hmm.
people and letting people know what it is. Like I have struggled with that myself a lot.
Yeah.
My first thought with everything when I'm thinking about reaching out to people is like, so what they gonna see if I reach out and I need this help? You know what I'm saying? I'm always,
Right.
and I'm sure everyone thinks of that same thing, right? If it be financial or just hell, you might need a hug. Like people don't understand. Sometimes people,
Yeah.
sometimes people
Literally.
need to just be like, yo, I just needed to air it out. Like I explain that to
Excuse me.
people all the time, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes saying nothing at all and just being the ear for people is
Yes.
what they needed, right? Sometimes people don't need you to put input on what their problem is. They just kind of need to get it off their chest to get that air out and let some of the good in and really start seeing the positive. I know that happens. It happens to me a lot, man, where it's like I
I had
again
that happen to me.
being human, you know what I'm saying? We fall into those places. We're humans, but we're not robots. We ain't AI. You know what I'm saying? So we feel,
Yeah.
we have emotions. There's stuff that we go through, and it happens to me a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Like again, I mean, hell, take the past 2 years. So this is going. You just got the bomb dropped on your show today, so people can go back and listen to a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, for real? So over the course of, and I have to tread lightly because I don't want to enter into a realm where like I'm saying someone did something because again there's like things going on. But
Yeah.
I ended up in a situation where I ended up having to get custody of my daughter. Right. Again, I'm super happy with that. I'm cool. Like there's never been a time where it's like I don't want my kids to live with me. I love my kids to live with me. Under the circumstances though, where her mom ended up in a pretty bad legal situation. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like it was that go time. And at the time, you know what I'm saying, I was going through some other things in my home life to where like I ended up having to part from there because of situations that were going on, things of that nature. And although the rekindling happened and all that was put to bed, I was faced with this new challenge. This new challenge was that of being, your forefront and dad now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
there ain't nobody else. You can't call nobody else. And you already know in this world, as a guy, we can't really, we can't ask for no help because
Yeah.
it immediately shows weakness, as they say. For anybody who just see me throw these up, that just means say what you gotta say, feel how you gotta feel, and it's
Mhm.
okay to be that for all my fellas out there. Like we struggle with that a
Yes,
lot. You
sir.
know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
but again, just like everything came back to back, back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? So as I was fixing one situation to make it better, that situation got deeper and space got further because of this new challenge that was put into my life. And although, that's my responsibility as a father, I'm gonna do my responsibility at all times. Like it was something that came so quickly and so fast. And that's just how life is, right?
Right.
Things are
Yeah.
quick to change. For all we know, we could wake up tomorrow and there's a comet coming and taking us all out. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah. You're not wrong.
but I found myself in very dark places, like super dark. Like I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do this. I didn't want to fail my daughter. I didn't want to fail. You know what I'm saying? Like it was basically all that stuff. And at the time, it was like, yo, I'm a guy with this one room, and like, what I'm gonna do? So of course, made sure my daughter had a room. I lived in the living room for a while, and then there was that whole thing where it was like, yo, like how is this working? How can I do it? Lots of prayer in between there, right? Lots of
Amen.
counsel through like trusted people such as my man Zafir. You know what I'm saying? Like just conversations, people on the outside like helping when they can. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you good? Like you need this, XYZ. And although I had to swallow a lot of pride, right? There were times where it was like, actually I do. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, right
Yeah.
now, like I don't know if you could smell it or something, but yeah, I definitely could use a hand right now.
Hmm.
And that helped me be okay with situations like that. It helped me get better at being able to say to someone like, hey, I got a situation. Like, I need XYZ if you can, right? And that was something I would never do before just because, again, we live in a very weird,
Woman. Yeah.
we live in a weird place. We live in a weird place where,
Yeah.
like, us as, and I don't want to say as men because women go through it too, but for
For
men, it's a
sure.
little bit more, right? Because, we're
Yeah.
raised different to be tough providers, hunter gatherers. You know what I'm saying? We're raised to do that stuff. So when you think about having to ask someone to, yo, I need $50 to go to shopping or something like that, right? It's like, damn, I hurt my pride a lot. But it's like, why did it hurt your pride? It hurts our pride a lot of times because we don't know the person that received this information what they're gonna do with it. And we live in a very
Yeah.
tumultuous time where people take the smallest little things and they try to use that as a come up for them or a way to put you down
Yeah.
in your
Right.
worst scenarios. And like that's something that we all like humanity as a whole, we need to do better at that. We need to do better at like this I call it the passive aggressive old shit. This is what they call it, right? It's like
Yeah.
people are always trying to bring up some passive aggressive stuff, like saying in a manner where it's not trying to be rude, but they want to make sure that they hear what they said. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
oh, remember that time? Oh, it wasn't all that when I gave you. You know what I mean? So it's like that's a lot of times why people do not go into asking for help or trying to get help and end up in a worse off situation. But what I'm saying to everybody is, yo, get out of that. Get out of that. If you feel like the person you're gonna ask for help is gonna do that, there's other people, right? Find one true confidant. Everybody needs somebody. We were born in pairs, bro. No matter how much we might have come out of one person as one person, we were meant to be in pairs in this on this earth, on this planet while we walk through life. And I'm not talking about like, yo, you gotta have a wife or you gotta have a husband. Like just in pairs. Everyone should have somebody that is caring about their well being or whatever is going on. And that's just kind of how things have always been for me. Well, you're now watching the Right Mind podcast with Mr. PSA. I'm still here. Jay Faith is here by faith. He's in the building still. Um, but we're just talking about how, life be lifing and you
Mhm.
can't life beat you up. And Jay Faith is
There we
back
go.
now.
Dude.
I brought you back. It's crazy because, like, when you go back and watch this footage, you're like, yo, my man held it down for me. I got you, dog.
Hey, there we go. I like that already. I like it already. Nah,
I'm,
man, I think we often ignore it, like you said. I think when we ignore it, it could be that solution that we're looking for, but at the same time, it can also show you, like you were talking about, the kind of the circle that you're surrounded by, if they're the people that really kind of hold it over your head. When you're in a desperate time, like I'm in a vulnerable moment, man, and you're trying to like dangle this thing over my head, like this is serious for me. It may not be serious for you, but like I'm living this moment right now.
Yeah, bro,
So
it's the
for
worst
you
type of people.
to, yeah, like for you to hang this over my head, and even like down the road, I've been, in just kind of my walk and everything, it's like, dude, like if you do something for somebody, like just do it and don't expect anything in return, because it'll come back to you. It may not come from that person. Like sometimes it'll come from just some other source, some other time, and it's like, let it just kind of occur at its own time. Like
Yeah,
stop hanging. Like that was a moment for that person. Like
let them live
let
it and be
them be.
over it. Like
Yeah.
let them get over it, bro. Like trust me, there's like bro, there's just there's so many different situations where like I call it the true color washout. Where like you get
Yeah.
that brand new red shirt and you throw it in the wash with a white t-shirt, you're like, oh damn, that white t-shirt pink now. That's what ends up happening, right? No one's
Yeah.
the true colors that people are putting out there when they're offering that help is not always the true colors. So we have to prepare for that properly, right?
Yeah.
And we have to pick and choose which people we're giving to and which information we're giving to. Because again, there are people that literally just hold old shit over your head. To this day, I got people that are like, oh, now you shouldn't XYZ because back in the day you was like, right. So when's the last time you even talked to me? Like back
Yeah, right.
back in the day when I was like, yo, back in the day you couldn't XYZ because you was homeless. Right. I was homeless, motherfucker. Like you
Right.
trying to
Yeah.
hold shit against me because I was homeless is crazy work. But
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
no, that's fine. No, I'm not homeless now. Doing very well. I'm all right. Got a good job the whole 9 yards. You know, hold 2009 or 2008 or 2007 against me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's
That's
been a
wild.
lot of situations where like I've been able to, and I'm one of those people. So my family's always like, "Yo, you don't never forget nothing." I don't. I'm like a living elephant, bro. Like I don't. I've never been a person to do. I don't do nothing for nobody with the thought of like, "Yo, you got me later on," right? Because I
Yeah.
don't. That's just not me. However, there have been situations where, like, hell, just for hosting, like people will be like, "Yo, you think you can come host me today?" And I'll pull up. I won't say nothing about no money or nothing. I'll pull up. And then it'll
Hmm.
be a vice versa situation where, I put on shows or some things. And I'll call that same person. Like, yo, I'm trying to
Yeah.
XYZ. Like, yeah, so I need like 350. Like, motherfucker, I need it. I need it
Right.
350
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Not say
Yeah.
less, bro. Like, unfortunately, I can't afford you. But, maybe next time. There's never a next time. There's never a next time. Because at the end of the day, like, you have to take those situations and you have to file them properly in your mental
Yeah.
space. And
Hmm.
again, there's no hatred, there's no ill will. I
Exactly.
want you to
Exactly.
eat, dog. Just not on my table, possibly. Because right, one hand's supposed to wash the other. Both hands supposed to wash the face and scratch each other's backs. That's not what happened. And a lot of people will take that for granted. As a matter of fact, I made like a
Hmm.
post today about situations like that. Like people are reaching out to you and asking you for your talent. If they reach out and say, "Yo, Jay Faith, I'm trying to you can rock this show for me, XYZ," you're like, "Okay, yeah, no, I can do that." And it's like, "Yo, but I need like 250 to do it." You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta XYZ, I gotta drive back and forth, right? Because we don't have no chauffeurs, we ain't got no private planes and nothing like that. I gotta drive from this
Right.
spot to that spot. It's gonna take me XYZ time to away from my family or whatever. So like, can you? And those would be the people that look you right in your face, be like, "Yeah, so like, yo, unfortunately, I ain't got it." We'll turn right back around and get somebody else to do it because it was free for them. Those ain't your friends. Those ain't your
Yeah.
supporters. These are not the people that are really rocking with you. Those are the people rocking with you when it fits them. Those are the people that are rocking with you when it fits their narrative. And we have to start staying away from people like that because it starts to poison the mind. It starts to put you in a
Hmm.
position where you think that that's all you're good for. Is you're only
Yeah.
good to give out and never good enough to receive. And that's not the case. Everyone is blessed enough to receive. It'll be on its timing of the reception. You can't expect any one person to be paying you back for what you did for them anymore. The man upstairs will pay you back for everything that you put out, and he's gonna
Yeah.
pay you back tenfold. It's gonna come. It may not
Hmm.
come in money, it may not come in gold, but it may come in opportunity.
Exactly. Exactly.
That opportunities are what you do with them. You know what I'm saying? Like there are opportunities that I've been given that I've taken, I've run with them, and they've ended up being grapefruits, you know what I'm saying, turns into fruition like nobody's business. And that's just based off of the person who we are, the being who we are. You know what I'm saying? The Boston Freedom Rally, that didn't happen by chance. That was God sent. That's something that since I was a kid, I was like, I'm trying to host that, bro. I'm trying to be on that stage in one way or another. And just over time, things all fell into place. One thing after the other. People started seeing reality of situations, and you know, talk started happening, and people were just like, yo. And then when you get out there, and this is for everybody, when you get out there, when you're given that opportunity, show your mettle. You know, show your mettle. Don't half-ass it. Don't think about what may come from it. Go out there and give 150%, because everything else after that is gonna come to you. It's gonna land right in your lap. It just is, man. Like,
because you're trying to seize a moment that hasn't happened yet when you haven't even seized the moment that you're in. Like, you're already thinking of like, what can I get out of this, and what's going to happen after this, instead of focusing on like, yo, let me kill this set, let me kill this hosting, you know, and just really have a good time, and let that speak the volumes of what is going to happen moving forward. But don't think about like, all right, I'm about to do this show, and you know, I'm gonna take off, and mad people are gonna hit me up, and I'm gonna get 20 more shows after this because of the, you know, the type of venue that this is. It's like, you have no idea. You could end up bombing that show because you were so focused on just like what was you thought was gonna come, instead of like maybe just like focusing on your set and practicing
or
and
just
doing all
going
the
out and
things
having
necessary.
fun with it. Like,
Just enjoy it, dude. Like, be in the moment.
people always ask me, like, I get asked constantly, bro, like, bro, how do you do this hosting the way you do it? Bro, I have fun. I don't do it like, I may get paid, but dog, I'm really doing it for the love of doing it. Like, I don't think y'all get it, bro. Because I say, they were like, yo, you're a rapper. I'm not a rapper, bro. And I don't want to be a rapper. I rap because I love it. I love rap. I love hip hop. I love bars. I love the English language, period. I love all languages.
Yeah.
So when you combine the beat with it, that's hip hop to me is just having a polite conversation over a beat. And that's just something I happen to be good at, right? That's my fun. That's my levels of fun. And I'm always going to do that. Whether it's, yo, can you do this show for just food, or yo, we paying you $1,000, $1,500. I'm still go out there, whether it's 10 people, 2 people, 1,500 people, we're gonna have a good time, bro. We're gonna turn up, because that's what I came here for, to have a good time. I feel as if I was placed into the entertainment world as a person who's supposed to actually bring actual joy to people. Like,
it's entertainment.
Show people how to actually have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get out there, and it's funny because I see tons of, like, I ain't gonna mention no names, but you know, I see stuff. You know what I'm saying? I see it.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because I'll see things, and in my brain will go, "Oh, word," and then Jesus be like, "Hey, chill out," and I'm like, "You right."
Yep.
And I promise you, every time I do that, I'll get a text message, phone call from people like while that show's happening, like, or the next day, and it's like, yo, y'all, you should have been hosting this. Why wasn't you hosting this? Dog, the person they had doing XYZ was this, that, and I'm just like, hey, bro, like, people didn't want to talk, right? And people always come to the same thing. And here's a business note for everybody. If an artist or anyone says to you that, yo, I can do it for XYZ, don't just fall back on a no and possibly miss the opportunity to have somebody really come turn your show up because you thought you didn't have the funds to do so. Negotiation is the key of this business. That's how a lot of people got them 360 deals that they got out of. You know what I'm saying? Negotiate.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to negotiate. And I've never been a person to just be like super like, nah, bro, can't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother William Wallace. Like, my man hit me up a few days ago. He hit me up like weeks and weeks and weeks ago. I was just like, yo, can you do this XYZ? And I was like, yo, I feel like I can. I kind of have like a big obligation, but like, again, God put things into play to where like I was able to be available for my guy. And I was like, yo, I could do it. And when asked, I said I could do it. I ain't asked you nothing else, bro. I'm there. Like, I've been rocking with you for 10 plus years, bro. I've watched you grow into the person that you are. I feel like an absolute vulture coming after you like that when you ask me out of honor, just out of being like, you know,
right.
there for XYZ. Now, for everybody else listening, that ain't gonna work for you. We don't have You know what I'm saying?
It's
If I don't
only
know you like
certain
that,
people.
dog,
Certain people.
if I don't know you like that, dog, don't even ask. Like point blank period. But there are certain people that have that way, and again, they got that because at the end of the day, in my darkest times, I know if I picked up that phone, I can hit them. And again, it may not be for anything that's actually material. It might just be like, yo, bro,
Right.
I'm in a bad place. I'm thinking some bad stuff right now. Like, I just need
Right.
someone to like have me. Zafir's always been like
Sounding board. Yeah.
Zafir's been that person for me for the past like I want to say like 7, 8 years or more
Hmm.
almost. You know what I'm saying? And again, I met this man through shows. For those of
Yep.
you
Right.
thinking like we knew each other, we had history prior. I met this man at Opus in Salem. He came to perform and I
Yep.
was
Yep.
hosting. And from now spanned a friendship and a relationship to where that's my brother. Like you couldn't say nothing bad to him in front of me. You couldn't say bad about him to me because we had
Yeah.
problems. But it's people like that that come along. Again, God sent. God sent. Like God places the right people in your life at the right time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if they are truly those people, they're not going nowhere. You don't ever have to worry about their loyalty or whether or not they're thinking of you in a negative manner this day, or if they are trying to move on you in certain ways. Like you don't ever have to worry about that for those people. It's not everybody though. And that's the
Yeah.
one thing
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to remember. Like every person that comes into your cipher is not a person that's supposed to be in your cipher. The intelligence
Right.
that we have and that gut feeling that we get is supposed to lead us to actually warding out those evil folks when they're there.
Yeah. I've been telling people a lot, especially recently, like there are certain people that you just literally have to set boundaries with. Like
Hmm.
there are people that you will tell certain things to, and there are people that you will not tell certain things to. There are people that you will reach out to for certain things, and there are people that you will absolutely not reach out for certain things. And
Absolutely.
it's okay to do that. There's nothing wrong with that, because like we've been talking about, at the end of the day, like if you're gonna ruin your mental health over trying to trust in people that are gonna either say something behind your back or don't have your best interests at heart, like it's kind of on you at that point. Like, set the boundary, and like, don't confide in that person. If you know that they're gonna say something, if you know that they're gonna do something, don't then continue to be like, hey, so by the way, like, I'm going through this, like, and then you cause yourself more of a headache because you're continuing to just be like, yeah, I'm just going through a lot. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Like, and keep it moving, and just push forward from that. Like, you
Yeah. If
don't.
you really want to know, and again, I've done this on many occasions. I call it the falsified information.
Mm,
There's always three people, right? And out of those three people, you got your one person you can really trust. You got your person that you
mm,
can kind of trust, and you got the person that just got a mouth. So you have to
yeah,
feed the proper information to each one of these sources, and you'll
exactly.
find out who the real one is because what you said will never be heard. But two
Yeah.
out of those three is always going to go say something to somebody, even if it's just going home to talk to their wife or their girlfriend, right?
Yep.
I've always been the person that people reach out to, be like, yo, let me talk. Can I talk to you? It's like, yeah. And they be like, yo, don't X, Y, Z. I'm like, you're not telling me. I don't talk to nobody about nobody else's business. No,
Right. Yeah. Like,
it's not what I'm here for, bro. Like, I'm not here to
right.
gossip. Like, if
Right.
you call me, it's anytime anybody's ever called me and asked me or asked to talk or have a word, like I've seen that
Right.
as a privilege that was handed to me. So I'm never gonna tarnish that privilege that was given to me, that open door that you created for our relationship.
Mm,
I'm never gonna take that and flip it by going like, hey, so XYZ said the other day they was going through XYZ and like, this is what I said. Like that's stupid. That's stupid.
yeah. My first thought is not like, all right, who am I going to tell this information to? It's like, if there is a way that I can help and they are willing to receive it, how
How
can I
can I?
help them? But if
Absolutely.
they don't want to, and like you were saying earlier, if they just need me to be a sounding board, which is something that I've learned as well, it's like, like you were saying, and just like kind of adding to it, is like, some people literally just need to talk and for you to shut up and to listen.
For sure.
And there's opportunities where where you can say and be honest, like, would you like my help?
Yeah,
And if they say no, let them continue talking. Do not say anything else, like, because that's not the moment for that. Right now, they just need to get whatever they need to off their chest. Maybe they've already figured out the answer. They just need to say the damn thing. and just allow it to be in the air, and then the weight is gone, and they're like, all right, now I can just move on. But
Absolutely.
instead, yeah, but instead sometimes people start talking and then they put in their 2 cents without realizing, like, maybe that's
Not
just not
needed.
gonna work for them, not what they're looking for, and then now you've just made it worse.
Bro, I swear to you, I've had so many situations like that. Like, so I've said to my partner many times, like, my wife would be like you just always have something to say. Like, there's always a lot for you to say. Like, you're always talking, and every time you get out of work, you're talking, you bitch about work and this, that, and I'm just like, yo, not for nothing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just dumping. I just
Yeah.
need just turn these on. You don't even
Mm-hmm.
have to say anything, right? You don't have to say a
Yeah.
word. I'm dumping. Like, yo, take for instance, right? And yo, shout out to this man, bro. Shout out to this man, and to hell with anybody who's making fun of him. To hell with anybody who's making fun of him. Shout out to Michael Beasley, bro. Shout out to Michael Beasley. Yo, his interview on that podcast struck me so heavily, bro. His words punched me so hard in my chest because everything he was going through, bro, I've been there, bro. When he said to those two dudes, like, bro, I'm just looking like, I'm trying to just find people to just like come chill and kick it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have that. There ain't nobody that just come and check on me or just like, yo, whatever, because they automatically think I got it. Oh, he an NBA player, you don't need
Yeah.
no XYZ. Only time they want to call you is that, oh, let's go out and get a drink, or yo, let's go shoot a video, or yo, let's go do this. Those ain't my people, dog. That
Yeah.
man was really spitting like, yo, like he's been going through some things and he just wants normal people to be around him and do normal things and hang out with his kids and stuff of that nature. But it seems to
Right.
all get blindsided by the hype of who he is and what he does and all the glitz and the glamour and the fame. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then to know that there are people in the world that literally try to condemn that man because he was
Right.
crying, because he felt something. Because, like, nah, bro, y'all are the worst
Yeah.
type of
Come on now.
people. Y'all the worst type of people. And you're the reason why men as a whole don't say nothing, bro. If they look at suicide rates and things of that nature, bro, men are like the top committers of
Men are on
suicide.
the top,
Like,
man.
yo, top of the line, bro, top of the line. And it's mostly because there's so much inside of us that we don't feel comfortable saying to anyone
Right.
because of situations like what happened to Michael Beasley. That man was having a blatant conversation. There was no fluff. He wasn't trying to get no props, nothing. That man was talking, something hit him, and
Yeah.
he unleashed. That's what a lot of us are going through. Unfortunately, we don't feel safe. Like I always see ladies post online, fellas, we're here. Talk to us. We're listening. We don't trust you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Keep it 1,000%. Let me speak for all my brothers out there. We don't trust you like that. The reason being, y'all got girlfriends, homegirls, Instagram, IG. There's is that your man page on Facebook. Like we don't
Mm.
trust y'all. We don't. Like I trust my sisters sometimes, but at the end of the day, still know that
Yeah.
they still talk to other people in my bed. Like my sisters might talk to my sisters, and I might only want one sister to know something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Right.
so, ladies, if you really want us to open up to you, please show us that we can actually trust that situation. Please show
Right.
us that you're not gonna later on try to throw that in our face and use it against us in some manner when you get mad at us, because that's what happens. Fellas, we don't do it too much, and I'm not saying that it don't happen because there are some very feminine acting males out there that do weird things like that. But that's not
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Just like it's not all females that do that. However, for
Right.
our stigma is that is it. We don't talk to y'all because we feel like it's going to be used against us in the next whatever situation. We don't talk to y'all because sometimes we want to talk directly to you, and you might be going to kick it with your homegirl later and go, "Oh, girl, last night he was we don't dog." Like, you
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
That's not what I was looking for.
at all. It's like I was all right. So and then it's also it's two sides to that coin, right? Because there'd be those same people that'd be like, "Oh, you're always so quiet. You just let stuff bubble up." Yeah, because the last time I let it out,
Right. Exactly.
you let it out, and now they done let
Mm-hmm.
it out. Now everybody done got it out there, and no, none of these people know me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like again, if there's one takeaway I want anybody to have from this conversation that we're having, is like, yo, let's start being more humans.
Yeah.
not man or woman or whatever it is, because I respect everybody. Again, I'm me, be you. That's the brand. And it's not just a
Yeah.
brand, it's an actual way of life. Like, I don't expect anybody to try to be me, and I don't want nobody trying to be me, and I damn sure don't want to be you. So be the best you that you can be, and just be you about it is
Yeah.
what the brand is about.
Hmm.
But we could all do better to be better human beings to one another, to actually be there as humans. At the end of the day, and some people are gonna get mad about this, whether you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Chinese, or whatever you are, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, we're all breathing the same fucking air. And when it's all said and done, guess what? We're all gonna be buried in the same ground.
Yeah.
Some of you may be set on fire. Not me. Not me. I have a standing will. My kids have to stuff me and like put me in different corners of their houses until until science comes back and they say that they can like recreate me. My kids have a standing will where I need to be stuffed, and each one has to spend at least 3 weeks at a time just passing me around their house. I don't care. Somebody's gonna look back at me and go, he's a weirdo. I don't care, bro. I'm not
Right.
trying to be put in the ground. I don't like closed spaces, and I'm not trying to be set on fire just in case science says, hey, we can bring you back. I've seen a lot of science fiction movies, all right?
It's like this. There could be a chance.
Hey, listen, they're doing some weird things with science now. Like, I was the
You're not
biggest hater
wrong.
of AI, and now like AI low key is my best friend. No, I don't use Chat GPT. I got like Gemini and stuff like that. But like, these are things. So yeah, if it ends up coming back around with like, yeah, so we just need a piece of his hair. Hey, give him the hair. Bring me back.
Right.
Time to see what's
Bring me
going
back.
on.
Yeah, you brought up a very interesting point. It's an interesting question to ask ourselves, especially as men, right? How many people, or how often, or when was the last time that somebody hit me up and was just like, "Yo, how you doing? Are you okay? Are
Mm.
you good?" Like, genuinely, like, just checked in on you to like make sure your well-being was just okay. Like, when you really start to think about it, you're like, man, I mean, at least for myself, and this isn't knocking the circle that I have, because I know that there are people that truly do care about me, but to directly go out and be like, hey, like, are you good? How's everything going? Like, how you feeling? And to allow me to have that space to actually say what it is that I'm feeling, versus just the atypical man response. Nah, I'm good. Or, yeah,
Oh no,
I'm cool. I'm all right.
the amount of I'm goods and nah, it ain't nothing. I swear to God, like, yeah, bro, like you're absolutely right. And the same thing goes for me, right? Like, I always
Mhm.
think about that. It's funny because I always do this thing where like I look at my phone. You ever just stare at your phone and be like, damn, that thing been quiet like all day. Then be
Yeah.
2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 10 days, and you're like, damn, I could
And
have
I'm
been
not talking about
dead.
Instagram.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
hell
talking
no. I'm
about
talking about like
Instagram likes. I'm
actual
not talking about, I'm talking,
actual
yeah.
phone calls, dog. Like, actual, did
Hmm.
you hear my voice? Right? Like, did you
Hmm.
actually hear me? That don't happen, bro. And again, to the same as you, to the people in my close circle, you know who you are. Like, I can name you.
Yeah.
There's like six of you total. Um, that ain't true. But I know what you mean. Like, we interact with so many people with genuine care and love, right? We always wonder if that's actually reciprocated on the back end or if it's just transactional. And
Yeah.
it's a cold way to live, bro. It sucks, to be honest, but that's how it be. That's how it be.
Yeah.
Because on my hand, I used to do what I used to call the RNC, the real nigga checking, as I call it, right? So I would hit up the people that was closest to me and just be like, yo, and they'd be like, yo,
Yeah.
it's good. And I'd be like, just checking on you. And they'd be like, for real? I'm like, yeah, bro, like, you good? Because I ain't heard from you in a minute. Like, Ghost of the Machine.
Right.
Ghost of the Machine is like, that's my brother. Like, I loved him. Him and Zafir, bro. Like, I'm so happy I met them through the Subway Cypher, William Wall, so many people. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
specifically, Ghost of the Machine, right? That man, like, yo, just out of nowhere, my man will call me and be like, thought about you today. You good? And I'm like, I'm straight, bro. I was like, it's
Yeah.
funny because I was about to call you because you were at the bottom of the list of people on my call list, and I didn't want that
Mm.
to scroll off. And he's like, yo, and it be that simple. It'd be like a
It
three or
really
four
is.
minute conversation. We might not speak again for another 4 or 5 months, dog. But
Right.
that just that simple connection lets me know that like if it go down, I know he got me.
Yeah.
No questions asked, right? if I call him for a show or whatever, or just call him. Matter of fact, I called him one time after a show. Swear to God, this is a real story. I called him after a show because I had booked a bunch of artists, and they had forwarded me like they didn't pay me for the artist yet. So I was like, it's always a risk when you do things like this. But I was like, yo, like I got the bread. I'm gonna just pay out of my pocket, and then like whatever happens. Sounds pretty crazy because like, are you stupid?
Right.
That's just how I am. I'm weird. So lo and behold, like I didn't see that check for like a grip. I didn't get it right away, but I had paid everybody. I had a situation where like I had needed like just a small amount of like dough to like pay something, and I hit my man up and I was like, yo, like I hate even asking you. He was like, yo, don't even say that. What you need? And I was like, I kind of need like I think it was like $150. I think it's like $150 right now. My man was like, do you have this? Do you have this? Or do you have this? And I was like, yo, I got this. And I swear to you, as I said that,
it was already on its way.
My notification went off like the check was just deposited. And I was like, hey, I was like, bro. He was like, well, I was like, don't even need it. He was like, nah, you sure? Because I got you. He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do a lot, but I got you if you need it. I was like, nah, no bullshit. It just hit my account, bro. Like I just like right now, like I didn't expect it to. And he was like, hey, dog, God got you. I was like, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. I said, because look, on two fronts, bro. Like if I didn't get that deposit, you had me. That wasn't just a human thing. That was like divine shit. That was that above tops coming from the level going, okay, I got you. I know you're not, and like you ain't going to buy crack. You're not going to dope yourself up.
Right. Yeah.
Like I got you. You know what I'm saying? And that's always been the solace. Like you meet real people.
Yeah.
You meet real people. And this entertainment thing that we do, right? We entertain folks a lot. But within it, you do find true solid people. Sean Patel, Justice Bourne, like, you know what I'm saying? You already know, Rex Shop Movie to the Day We Die.
Yep.
Like those are people that I don't think I could ever not have a connection with. Because it wouldn't sit right with me, you know what I'm saying? Because those people were there in those dark times. They came at those divine moments, and they've always been there. Like even right now, if I call, they pick up. I don't even expect them to pick up, but they pick up, or they'll call and I'll pick up, and they don't expect me to pick up. Like that's that realness, man. And I just think that like the entire world should not only experience that, but do their best to make that happen for other people. Like we have to start looking out for each other as it was intended. I know things are weird right now. There's literally a dude with a cowboy hat walking around calling people chimps and whatnot, like because that's where we live. But you know what I'm saying? Like we got to do better at being humans. Like damn the narrative that we're seeing. Damn what they're trying to push on us. Like it's literally a narrative, bro. If you think about it, like negative is what comes down the pipelines or algorithms, as they say. It's like I don't be liking negative stuff, so how to get on my algorithm, dog? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It comes. We have to do our best to push that stuff away, bro. It's on us. It's on us to do better.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the news, which was a crazy thing. That anytime you turn on the news, if you really think about it, watch the news for an hour, and this is more for the people that are listening and watching, whatever. Like, if they don't watch the news, like turn the news on for an hour. How many happy conversations are had versus how many negative stories are brought up or just like controversial things? Like that's all you're gonna hear because that's what sells within the news cycle of things. And it's like, dude, I would just love to hear that somebody rescued a puppy out of a drainage sewer and some kid got his lifelong friend back. Like why does it always have to be? And I get there are crazy things that are happening in this world, but like we gotta like really, like you said, kind of humanize things and be like, there are still good things that are happening, and if we saw more of that, maybe people wouldn't be so negative all the time.
Bro, you ain't never lied. But here's the thing, right? People don't realize. Look at the word media. And it's funny because someone said this to me once at the Subway Cypher. I wish I could remember dude's name. But he said to me, he said, because the Subway Cipher, for anybody knows, like the Subway Cipher, there's ups and downs to it. When it first started, like people thought we was out there trying to cause ruckus, starting fights. There were people calling the cops on us, all types of stuff. It was just like
Mm,
tons of negativity that was coming to us, and it was from people passing by and taking their phones out and just filming it and like just taking a negative narrative as to what we were doing. And then one
right.
day at the Subway Cipher, a dude came in and he was like, "Yo, I love what y'all doing, bro. Like this is fire." He was like, and we were explaining to him like the things that we had been through as far as like the cops and like we finally got in with like some of the MBTA workers that worked there at the time was just cool. They loved hip hop, so they was like, "We don't care what you do." So like
Mm,
it worked. And he was like, "Yo, the problem is it's the media." And I was like, "I'm not sure what you mean." I was like, "Because we use the media to like promote what we're doing." He goes, "Yeah, but
right.
look at the word media." And I was like, "I'm not sure what you mean." He said, "Media is the most effective devil in America." And I
Mm.
said, "Hey, yo, hey, yo." And my man literally
Yeah,
looked at
man.
me and just as born word of my mother, he said to me, he said, "Y'all can have that." And he left. And I never got to meet that dude.
You're like,
I
yo,
swear to God. But like, yo,
that's wild.
that gem has always
Yeah,
sat with me to the point where, yo, I swear to God, I don't even watch the news like that, bro. I
I
don't
don't
even,
either.
I don't turn it on. I don't like, I watch
Nah,
movies all day long. My TV runs internet movies, or I play PlayStation 5 if I'm not working, whatever be the case. But
yep,
dog,
yep,
I
yep.
do not turn the news on. It's gotten to the point where I don't even try to listen to the radio too much because even there, media,
I don't even listen
most
there, man.
effective devil in America, bro. Like they're literally putting out a narrative that's nothing but negativity, and we're expected to just deal with it. Nah, we have a choice, yo. We have a choice. They're not going to tell you that because they're going to keep feeding you the bull crap that's going
Right,
on. They're going to keep feeding you the fact that people getting shot at in Boston. They're not going to feed to you that like Boston's a great place to actually take your kids and go see things and the historical value of Boston. They're going to tell you that, oh, Lynn, the city of sin. They won't tell you that Lynn has tons of progressive programs, new housing programs, and things of that nature being built there. You won't see that on the news. But let somebody get
right.
shot down the street, that'll be on the news in 5.3 seconds. They won't waste no
Oh, for
time on it.
sure.
They will have the Facebook
Exactly.
Live. They'll have the IG. Everything will be popping. They'll tell you about that. They won't go right now and say that, yo, these two gentlemen are having a very powerful talk about mental health awareness on this podcast right
Right,
now. They won't go talk about that because they don't want to hear about that. And that's what sucks about the media. So we have to do our part because, again, we control the narrative. We, the people, as the Constitution states, we, the people, we
yeah,
control it, bro. Nothing runs in this entire country without the people, bro. You can have your politicians and they can do what they want to do, but at the end of the day, there are far more of us regular people than there are politician people.
right,
We control everything that we see, hear, and be fed. That media stuff, if we stop watching it, what they gonna do? If you notice,
right.
right, and this is something that I realized over the past like 4 weeks or so, I've been watching. I've seen different Facebook posts coming from different news outlets, right? Fox 25,
Oh, excuse
7
me.
News, and it seems like
Yeah.
every single one of them is losing a new news anchor.
Mm. I haven't seen that,
Oh,
but
bro, it's crazy
that's
because
crazy. That's crazy.
I've been watching it like every 2 minutes. I'm seeing this person saying, "Oh, I'm going here." Shout out to Pebbles from 96.9. She just left the radio to go do Positively Pebbles.
Oh, snap. So she was on 94.5, then
Yeah,
she went to
swear to
96,
God, bro. And
and
I
now
think
she out.
I would love to actually get with her and like I would love to probe and ask like what your time
What's the
was
deal,
like
man?
doing that. Because Pebbles has always been a person. As a matter of fact, I actually had a radio interview with them at one point in time. They had put a post
Oh,
up on
snap.
Facebook where they said, what's something that you were going through that nobody had any idea. And I just kind of put a comment up there. I was like, I was homeless for like a whole 2.5 to 3 years living in a softball field and nobody even knew. And they were like, what?
Jeez.
So I called them and I'm talking to him. And I was telling Ramiro and everybody, I'm telling them the story. And Ramiro, everybody knows Ramiro. Ramiro was just like,
Yeah.
so you mean to tell me like you pissed off your baby mamas and this, that, third, they will come stay with her, you know what I'm saying? His funniness. And then I just broke it down to him like, I was like, I don't know what it was. I was like, but I ended up in a situation where it was like that for me. Like I was outside, dog. It was snow, sleet, rain. I was doing shows at Opus at the time and doing shows at Eclipse and Lynn at the time. And I was walking from those shows back to work at UPS, leaving UPS, and then going and sleeping in a softball dugout if I couldn't find a couch to sleep on. Like people didn't know that stuff. And Pebbles, mind you, everyone else, Pebbles and Melissa and Leroy, as a matter of fact, they were all like, damn, like I didn't know that. Ramiro's cracking his jokes, he's expected to. But Pebbles
Yeah.
was the only person outside of Melissa that was like, yo, that's incredible that like you continue to do all the things because she did a little bit of research. She's like, it's incredible that you continue to do the mentoring and everything else and basketball coach, and you still try to help out all these people despite of what you went through and nobody essentially having your back. I was like, yo, that's just how
Yeah.
it is. Like we can't take all the bad stuff that happens to us and continue to just let it dwell, bro. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
It happened. It's done and it's over with. I'm still breathing now. I'm better now than I was. For going through that, I know I'm stronger than a lot of people could ever imagine. I don't think there's too many
Yeah.
people that could literally go live in a softball field at night. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Yo,
think it's
facts.
I don't think you can do
100%.
it. I don't think that you would be able to push through the snow and things like that. And again, it's also giving me a better perspective when I'm looking at people that are going through that. Because we as people, I'm sure, drive by on a daily basis and we see 1 to 3 homeless people and we immediately have that thought process like, yeah, you have a choice, you have a choice. They might not have. They might not have. I know I didn't. I was just unfortunately wasn't making enough money to be able to pay for a place for me to live at the time, and there wasn't nobody I could actually stay with. That's what some of these people
Yeah.
have been through, and they just couldn't never get out of that. They couldn't get right. Some of these people, not all of these people are drug addicts or what have you on the street. Some of these people just got
Yeah.
put in a bad situation and never got a chance to get back out of it. So we have to do better as human beings to stop looking past other human beings on this planet who are going to end up in the same place that we're going to end up anyway.
Nah, literally, man. You could end up right on the same corner with them a week
Straight up.
later, man.
Straight
And
up,
people
bro.
don't get that. Like that's how quickly life can turn, and it's like, you got to take care of people. I mean, in the best way that you can, right? Obviously, like, people aren't expecting you to, you know, give $1,000 to a homeless person every other week, or whatever, shelter them up in your house. But even just simple kind words,
Yeah,
to
just being
start, like
nice,
those
bro.
small things, to maybe you're like, you know what, I got some extra sandwich meat, let me just make a sandwich, because I know for a fact, like you said, I'm gonna see maybe one, two, three, people on the corner. Let me just have that prepared. Let me roll up, and if they're there, yo, let me just give them a sandwich so that they have a meal for the, for lunch or breakfast,
Bro.
whatever. Like, you don't know what that could do for them, and how that could change their day and their perspective. Because again, look at, try to, because obviously their lens is very different than our lens. Like, they're probably viewing the world like everybody hates me, no one
For
wants to
sure.
stop,
For sure.
everybody drives by, they think I'm crazy, they think I'm a drug addict, and it's like, bro, I just want to get some water and a sandwich and a bag of chips. Like, that's really all I
Bro.
want. But their perspective is like, the world hates me, they think I'm scum, and it's like, I'm just a person,
Literally.
bro.
Breathing the same air you're breathing, bro. And it's funny because, like, shout out to Justice Born Again, bro. Justice Born, the Rec Shop movie. Y'all do your research. Call him Ginger Jesus for a reason. I will never forget this man literally went and sat down at downtown Crossing with a sign. And his sign read, I'm not homeless, I'm not on drugs, I actually have a job. But there are people that look just like me that are homeless. They're probably
Yeah.
not on drugs. And if they are, so what? That's none of your business. And all they're looking for is a little bit of love and comfort. And he started an entire initiative. There's one man doing this. Started an entire initiative called Love and Comfort, where he came up with the idea to put together these care packages, of which we went and helped them put together as Rec Shopians. And they had socks. I think it had like $3 in it. Socks, $3, some toothpaste, some hand wash, some gloves, and some water, and just like a little snack to eat. And he sat
Yeah.
out there amongst these people, homeless, with a sign, and was handing it to people. He would collect money. People would throw money at him. He would give that money to the homeless person standing next to him. Or he'd be like, "No, I don't need money. I just need people to understand where I'm coming from." Go, I'm telling you, do
Right.
the research. He did that, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, we need more people like that in the world, man. And for some reason, society shuns them. And that's always been a
Yeah.
confusing thing to me. Society tends to shun the people that want to make society worth living in, and they try to like close them off or make them look crazy. So again, just salute Justice Born, man, because again, Rec Shop has an entire thought process, and again, people don't even understand that Rec Shop actually has more meaning than just the word being Rec Shop, right? Like Rec Shop
Yeah.
actually stands for when raw elements combined kinetically start helping other people, and that's what that man did. Like he helped me, he helped anybody, and I will literally have a thumb wrestling match with anybody that tries to say he didn't help them within that rec shop movement, because that man did so much, and he did so much for hip hop as a whole, and just putting on events and building a foundation for artists, man. Like, we need more people like that. And I'm not saying for the hip hop aspect of it, but just for the foundation of the world that we live in. If we
Yeah,
get some of these billionaires to start thinking like Justice Born thinks, then we'd be in a better place. If you think about
for
it, with
sure.
the amount of billionaires, millionaires we have on the planet, there shouldn't be no
Literally.
damn poverty, bro. There really shouldn't.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. Like it brings me back, to just having a conversation with people. How again, it's kind of just full circle moment of just allowing a conversation to have itself. Both, what we're doing right now to people reaching out to people and just having a conversation. Like I've gone to the shelter and I'm sure you've probably seen some posts that I put up, but you don't realize what people are going through. I talked with one of the guys at the shelter, and he was like, yeah, like doctors give me 8 months to live, like I'm on my way out, like basically, like
Jeez.
this is the life that I'm living, and I'm giving everything to God. And then 3 months later I'm talking to him, and he's like, you know what, God saved my life, I'm healed, I don't have cancer anymore. And it's like, bro, like I can't even imagine just the emotions that you're going through. One, getting the information that you have something terminal to all of a sudden that being gone, like that's just a roller coaster of emotions. Like, and I'm over here, not literally, but there are people out there that are like, oh yeah, he's probably just like drugged up and stuff. It's like, dude, no,
Right.
he's probably like dying of cancer, and
Could be
like he
anything, bro.
maybe couldn't, afford the medical bills, and now he's just like on the street, and this is where he's at, this, that, and the third. Just using that as an example, not to say that that is his story, but it's stuff like that. And then, you have conversations with people, and then you're like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. And it's like, yeah, well, stop being judgy and really get to understand. And if they are a drug addict, okay, like maybe figure out like how you could help them. Be like, hey man, like first off, Jesus loves you, and I just want to see better for you, and I really hope that if you ever need help, like let's get you off this stuff, and let's figure out a way to make you better. Like
Yeah, man. Like,
again,
I
be
started working
human.
on a new job, and I love it. Can't really name it because whatever. But
You good?
I love my job. And one of the things that I was told when I came into my job, and this is from like high level people,
Hmm.
were to ask questions with curiosity. And
Yeah.
that set a fire in me like nobody's business, because we don't do that.
Mm-mm.
We honestly, and I say this for myself too, like until like I started doing this now, like we don't do that. We tend to speak to people as if they should walk in our will, or if they should act towards things as we would act towards things, as opposed to asking
Yeah.
questions of curiosity, especially when it comes to like homeless people. Like, did you ask that person how they got to there? Because I've had conversations with some homeless people, and you'd be like, "What? So,
Right. Yeah.
yo,
Literally.
what? Like, there was a guy, I can't, oh, the captain from, so right over by TD Garden, I forget what street he's on. And I haven't seen him in years, so I don't know if he's still like living. But there was a guy that was they called him the captain. And
Mm.
I will never forget, after Celtics game, I went over and I was at the little bar that was over there, and he was out front. And like, immediately the first thing I thought was like, homeboy wanted some money. And he was just like, nah, brother, I'm just out here. This is what I do. And I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah, I used to sing and I used to do this, I used to do that. And I was like, dude, like, how'd you get in this situation? He was like, yeah, my family just stopped talking to me. He was like, they stopped giving me places to live. Like, they stopped helping me out. Like, he was like, I was drinking alcohol and I had a situation. He's like, but I got sober. And even after I got sober, nobody helped me. So I just ended up living on the street. And this is where I am. And I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why?
Right.
So you mean to tell me you wouldn't fix your life and your family wouldn't give you a chance? That's just
Right.
what the hell, bro? Like, I can understand if you just told humanity to kiss your ass, but you didn't. You continue to go on. You're
Right.
still a walking, talking, like breathing show of life and putting life in other people. Like, yeah, if he can, I can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, right. He could have totally put up the wall of bitterness towards
yeah,
everybody and everything, but he was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll just keep moving.
yeah, for sure, bro. Like, it's like, like we have to do better. and because we're probably gonna
We
end
really do.
soon, right? We all need to do better on this planet. If you're on this planet, it is your responsibility to act like a damn human being. Stop seeing
Uh,
color. Stop seeing race. Stop seeing things that make people different as an indifference. They're the same as you, regardless of what they
mm,
look like. They're breathing like you're breathing. They're gonna die like you're gonna die. They have to eat like you have to eat. They have to have water like you have to
right.
have water. Stop treating people like they are not of this earth, because that's how we
Not
treat them.
literally.
It's weird. It's very weird.
I know the crazy thing is, it's like if people started doing that, like you can only imagine how much better this world would be. But people are just like,
400
nah,
fold.
pride me, pride this.
Yep.
I don't care. It's about me, and the heck with everybody else. And not everybody, but there is a vast majority number that causes it to not be able to be in that world of people really caring for each other,
Absolutely.
because it's and then it becomes a domino effect. Well, oh, I'm mean to her, and then she's mean to somebody else because I was mean to her, and then everybody it just ping pongs off each other, and then it's like contagious. It's like, okay, so how about we just flip it and just like make happiness and being kind to people contagious,
It
because that
literally
that
costs
can
nothing
happen
to do
too.
it. It costs nothing to do it.
Yeah,
It costs nothing to be kind to people. It costs
super
nothing to
simple.
smile, say hello, check on people. It doesn't cost you anything. It's not going to cost you a dime. It will not take away from anything you got going on in your day. As a matter of fact, it'll probably add to it. Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Dude, I was at the gym the other day. I don't know if I shared this on the podcast or where, but I was at the gym the other day. Quick story, and me just finding a piece of equipment that somebody was looking for, and they were struggling to put something up, and I went just swapped it out real quick. And this is not me trying to toot my own horn. Went swapped it out real quick, and then just went right back to my workout. I'm like, I'm sure they probably appreciated it. I felt joy in my heart just knowing that they had the thing that they were looking for, and like I just kept it moving, like
Yeah, like I was
that
in
just gave me joy in the middle of my workout.
yeah,
So
you
like
didn't know
even if
validation.
they were pissed at me, like I felt joy in knowing that I found what you were looking for.
For sure. For sure. And like that's all it is, man. That's all it is. Like
It's the little things,
the
little
the
things.
littlest things will bring such joy to your heart, bro. Like honestly, like even the dog, right? It's crazy. I
Hmm.
got a phone call, and it was just like, "Hey, I have a situation, and I know you wanted one of my breeds for a while, and are you good with this?" And I was like, "God only puts things in my life I'm supposed to do. Let's get it."
Right.
I'll come pick him up in a couple of days, and he's been home. You know what I mean? It's like things always just anybody who watches this podcast, please take away these couple of things. One,
Yes, sir.
be human. Two, it costs nothing to be kind or say a kind word. And three, you gonna die like I'm gonna die, like he gonna die,
Yeah.
like everybody gonna die at some point in time. Do something positive before that happens. Leave a
Right.
mark on this planet that lets
What's your
people
legacy?
know that you were about something other than being a selfish prick. And that's my TED Talk. That's my TED Talk.
100%. You couldn't end it. You couldn't end it any better than that, man. I mean, it's so true. We just gotta just go love on people, man,
Yeah, man.
and
Yeah,
the
man.
world will change.
For sure, man.
The world would definitely change. Well, man, I really do want to just thank you for taking the time to come out and do this. I know it's very quick turnaround, but we made it happen. And like we've been saying throughout this entire thing, God just moves in a mighty way and makes things happen.
Amen.
And it's super dope to just see that stuff happen. And it was definitely just a great conversation to have at the right time, and just super perfect. So I just want to say thank you, man. I
Nah,
really
thank you,
appreciate
bro.
you as always, as always.
Again, man, it's a godsend. Like I seen that post, I listened to what you said, and I was like, nah, now's the time. Now's the time.
Amen.
Like, and it's not that it wasn't the time before, but it wasn't on God's timing. This was God's timing, bro. Straight up.
Yeah.
Like anybody that's watching this podcast, please understand that. Like I was supposed to give this man an interview like a year ago.
We patient. We're
Like,
patient over here. We're
literally, I
patient.
was supposed to give this interview about a year ago. With like when we were doing that interview, that is when all the things started happening for me,
Mm,
and I was in a very dark place. But again, the light came at the end of the tunnel, and here we are.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
I left it all behind to get a right mind.
Hey, there we
You
go.
know what I'm
That's what's
saying?
up. That's what's up.
My
Well, I
God.
want to say peace and God bless to everybody. We really didn't intro this thing, but there was no intro needed. But peace and God bless to everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow us, all the spaces, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. I want to say shout out to the team, Crispy Life. We appreciate you guys so much.
I love you, Crispy. I love you too, Life.
Yeah.
That's my guys.
Yes,
That's my
sir.
guys. Real talk. You need photos
Absolutely.
done? Holla at Krispy Pic. That's my dude.
That's right. That's right. We got a show coming up next Friday. Be sure to come check that out. We'll be
Okay.
over at
Send
the
me the
spot
details.
in Nashua to everybody out there. But until next time, my name is Jay Faith, and we also got
Mr. PSA, the one and only. You already know what it is. Catch me at the 37th Annual Boston Freedom Rally in September and at the Lynn Music Festival June 20th, right at Red Rock Park. Great time.
yes, sir. And this is the Right Mind Podcast. We'll catch y'all next time.
Peace
What's
out.
up?